Well, something else I thought about with the honey harvest. For those of you that remember or saw the video about how I was re-dipping my frames, I was re-dipping my foundation, and I really wasn't sure how good it was going to work. I mean, I had seen other guys dip the foundation. I'd seen John Pluta had done it, and I saw a video on Facebook of some commercial beekeeping group that was doing it. But I figured I'd give it a shot. Last year I tried painting on beeswax with a paintbrush, and it didn't work very good. I didn't get very good coverage, and it seemed like, of course, the bees only drew where it had good coverage. So this year, if you go back and watch the video, I dipped the whole frame and everything, frame, foundation, everything. And I really wasn't sure, because I went and I put those boxes on hives, and it seemed like for the first few weeks they just weren't touching them. And I thought, man, I guess I don't know, they just don't like it. But you have to remember, the bees aren't going to draw wax on foundation until they have to. They're gonna backfill even some of the brood nests before they're going to put the work into drawing wax on new foundation in the supers. So, I just kind of forgot about it, and then lo and behold, went to harvest my honey, and it dawned on me after the fact, what, I think every super I put on this year had the redip foundation, and they pulled it just fine. They pulled it evenly, they pulled it smoothly, they loved it, and so I was just looking, I walked out here to see how they were doing, cleaning them up, and I remembered to do this. That's why I was making the video now. So, I mean, this one, see, I can tell which one's a redip because they're shiny, right? They're shiny because the wax is soaked into the wood. So that one was a redip for sure. This one in here, yeah, it was a redip. I can tell because it's sticky. This one, yeah, redip. This one, yep, redip. This one, yep. So I think this one you can tell because you can see there where I missed it, where I dipped from both sides, and there I missed the spot in the middle. So that was redipped. I think all of mine are redipped, and they did absolutely great. So that's something I thought about a while back. I talked about how a lot of my brood boxes I like to use just natural beeswax, and I was kind of trying to get away from using plastic foundation because I've got these just piles of plastic foundation everywhere that the bees don't really seem to care for, and they're not really using it, and it looks old, and it's faded, and it's dirty, and that's my problem because I've left it sit out in the weather, or I just didn't take good care of it. But redipping it is going to work just fine, or so it seems. Maybe I'm missing something that I'll learn along the way, but for right now, it looks like if I just redip it, I'll be able to use all of it. So I need to get off my butt and get to cleaning, because I've got piles. I mean, you can see there's a couple of scraps, a couple pieces over there, but I've got buckets full of the stuff in my greenhouse and in my storeroom that, I'm like, oh, I'm just scared to use it because it's dirty. And, if the wax is off of it, the bees won't use it. At least from what I've seen, they will not draw on just plastic foundation. They just don't like it. Somebody else might argue with me and prove me wrong, but from what I've seen, they will draw brand new comb off the top bar, but they'll bridge it out off of the unwaxed plastic. So, redipping it works great, but not dipping it is going to be futile. So, like I said, I need to get off my butt and go through all the piles of plastic foundation that I've got just sitting around and get it all redipped and get it into frames and be that much further ahead for next year. But like I said, I know I rambled, but I just wanted to show that to you guys, because I know back when I was dipping it all, I was like, well, I've seen others do it, I think it should work, and then I'd kind of forgot, and for a while there I didn't think it was working, but it worked perfect. So anyway, if you got a whole bunch of foundation and you got a whole bunch of wax, because it takes a lot of wax, if you got a whole bunch of wax, get to dipping.